Recording program.
Oh, there's a chat. Hello, everyone. And thank you for the nice messages. All right. Okay, here we go. Oh, someone's saying hello from Scotland. Hello, Sarah from Scotland. You're up late. Yes, I would assume it's late there. Well, hopefully we'll put you to sleep and you have a really nice sleep. How's that sound? Okay, everyone. Today I'm feeling actually very happy, and I just saw the most beautiful sunset. And if I would just play it right now for you guys, but maybe I'll do it on the replay. I'll add it. It was so beautiful. It was stunning, and it was pink and all these beautiful colors, and it kept shifting. So I was just outside being mesmerized by it. And I'm assuming there's going to be some nice stars in the sky tonight. So I'll go check those out after the call and just take a few deep breaths about this beautiful planet we're in and all this great stuff that we're feeling. And is anyone feeling the lighter energy? It's coming, I know it's been very heavy, and a lot of people have been saying, yeah, we're going lots of ups and downs and all that stuff. But I had this cool conversation with this lady at the hair salon today. And I'll talk to anybody who wants to talk to me, and I can talk at any level. So it's kind of neat. So some people are just very negative, and I will just stay there and hold the light because they're not going to hear what I have to say. But then there's other people who are saying, I've been going through so much turmoil for the last 3 years, and something seems to have shifted, and I don't know what it is. So, like, I don't understand what's bubbling up all the time. We're shifting, we're shifting into this new earth. It's a slow, gradual process. So thank you for joining the call today, because as we come together, our light, we all have light. We all have a connection to divine. We're all magnificent beings. And when we come together in a forum like this, our energies actually combine and it magnifies. So when you meditate in groups, when you do healings in groups, it is magnified. So it's a beautiful experience. A lot of people have beautiful healings. I know that I get a nice charge from doing this. So I really enjoy these calls. I've been doing them for over 3 years now, and there's nothing you really need to do. You just kind of get cozy, relax. If you fall asleep, that's completely fine. A lot of people say, oh, I fell asleep and I missed it. You don't miss it. Sometimes when we're meditating or doing healing work, our higher selves will kind of shift us out of the way, because it's our minds that stop us from healing. It's that replay, the talk in our mind, the negative stuff in our minds that really stop us from allowing this beautiful healing energy to come through. So if we're in the way and we're really resistant, what will happen is you'll kind of just get pushed out of the way so they can work on you where they need to work. And some people will notice they come right back after it's done. Some people will just sleep the night. It's very interesting. Whenever I do a Syrian blue light collective meditations, I've been doing them for 4 years, and every time they work on me, they always knock me out. And it's so interesting. I'm always saying, I still have resistance to the work that they need to do. How's that possible? But I guess, the 3D part of us, the human part of us, does sometimes fight the work that needs to be done at an energetic level or at a level we don't understand. So they knock me out, but right when they're done, I'm back. So I'm just like, how do they do that to me? It's so neat. So I just, I just allow surrender, and I don't try to figure it out because I understand my 3D mind, my humanness is not going to fully understand the extent of the healings that happen. So I just go with it. Well, one conversation I had this week with someone was they were really arguing how we need the darkness on this planet to learn lessons. was really a neat argument to listen to. Well, if you don't know what's bad, how do you know what's good? So you need the light and the dark. You need the darkness and the goodness. You need. So I listened, and very interestingly, I I didn't really comment. I just listened, listened, listened. But at the end, I just said, and it just came naturally. So it wasn't like I was throwing this. It just, I think the comment came was humanity has had thousands of years of duality, of light and dark. We have come to a place where all of us have learned lessons at one time or another. We know what is good because we've all lived through what is bad, whether it's been in this lifetime or past lives. So it comes to a point where our consciousness now, a collective consciousness of humanity, has now said yes to evolution, yes to the new world, where the darkness is no longer needed. So this is already in our etheric field of human consciousness. Whether we knowingly know we agreed to this or not, at some level, because the human species has agreed to this shift. So not everyone at the individual level is going to say, yes, I'm on the ascension process. I get it. I'm going to surrender to it. Because although it's in our etheric field, the collective has said, yes, let's do this. So now the potential is there for human evolution. And now we're doing this at a individual level. And that's all this uncomfortable feelings we're going through as we're releasing that dense energy, the darkness within us. We all have it. We're human, nothing to be embarrassed about. And we're releasing that, and we're bringing and anchoring more light. So as we're doing this on an individual level, it's adding to the collective, and it's pulling the collective further into the new world we're headed into. And then people will argue, well, but we need the dark and light to learn and grow. Humanity has had our lessons in the dark, and that's why we've come to a point where we can release it. And our new learnings are going to be different. It's going to be between love versus more love. So instead of being dark versus light, it's going to be light versus more light. So it's going to be a place, a beautiful heaven on earth, I guess we can say, where lying, deceit, anger, competition, fighting, all that icky stuff on the planet is slowly going to melt away, dissolve, transmute as it leaves the planet, and our planet is going to move into a higher dimension, about 5D. We don't really have to understand that, but it is where we have physicality still. We're still individuals, but we've always been part of the one. So we have been living in separation, and now we're coming back to unity. And I think the biggest, I think a lot of people cling on to where we're at on humanity is because we're scared. Like, I like being Brenda, I like being me, I like being John, I like being Lynn, I like being Sarah, I like being, Isabel. I don't want to lose that. Because when we download, it's interesting. When we kind of get information, we don't get it from one source. We kind of get it from a collective of beings. So these collective of beings can come together because they're working, or they're coming together for the sole purpose of a learning lesson, but yet they're individuals. And then it kind of gets confusing because I'm like, okay, so if I get to this point where I can hold the light more, I can do this more, do I lose my individuality? Do I forget my kid's name? And I bring that analogy a lot because that's what a lot of people get scared of. Do I lose my house? Do I need a house? Do I lose the comforts of my home? Do I have to give up my food? Do I have to give up this? I would say no. This transition is not going to fully happen in our lifetime. Even if we have kids, it's not going to happen in their lifetime. It's going to take generations. The dark energy on Earth has been around for thousands of years. So it's not like it's an immediate change, although there are some people that believe we're going to go into the ascension process and aliens are going to come down and take away all our traumas and boom, we're going to be living in this beautiful, like heaven-like Earth. I wish it was that easy. And a lot of us know it's not that easy because we're all going through this, like, this releasing of emotions, releasing of old traumas, releasing of sadness, trying to forgive ourselves, forgive others, letting go of regrets, letting go of embarrassment, letting go of shame, right? We're all going through this. So I know a lot of us wish there's this magic healing that would just happen and let it all go. Some people talk about these magical beds. Some people want to do thousands of mushroom trips or ayahuasca. And I'm not against those types of, different healing modalities, as long as they're being done supervised in moderation, because there's no fast fix. So I get that we want to numb the feelings we're going through. And we all have our own ways of coping. So there's no judgment. You just want to do it in a safe manner. I think the easiest way to get through this uncomfortable time is to ride the wave instead of fighting it. I used to be one that fought, like, this is what I want. I want this, I want that. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to manifest. I'm going to have a vision board. I'm going to do this, this, this. Oh my gosh. And sometimes you can make it happen through gesture will. But when you create something that you really want to happen, that's not necessarily the best thing for you. If you just ride the wave, go through the emotions, go through the healings, this universe, your higher self, will delight and surprise you in things that you could have never imagined. Humanity has a ceiling of thinking. And this ceiling has been placed on humanity that we're small, we're insignificant, we can't think for ourselves, we can't do things for ourselves. We're taught that in so many different things. And it's breaking through those limited thoughts. Because once you break through, the ceiling breaks. It's limitless on what you can create. So why limit yourself to something with this small little view? This is our life. This is what I've been taught. This is what I know. This is what I can become. When you slowly, it doesn't just go away, because that would be too much. It's like being in a dark room and then going into pure light. You're going to close your eyes. That's just natural. For those who just want to keep their eyes open, they might go blind, because the difference between being in darkness for a long time and going to bright light is just too much intensity. So it's kind of the same analogy with humanity, is we've been in a dark, dense energy. We bought into it. We came into it knowingly. We've lived life with these rules, with the fear, with the lack, and that's just what we know. But in this new energy, it's slowly lightening up. We're seeing more light, more potential. And it's a gradual process to allow that light in, to allow that thinking to broaden. I once had an analogy where I was told I was like a little bird locked in a cage. This was many years ago, 13 years ago. And then I went back and they said, oh, wow, it's so nice to see. It looks like you opened the door to your bird cage. Oh, well, okay, great. I'm doing some work. So the door opened. And then I went back a while later and oh my goodness, you jumped out of a cage. I was like, okay, it took me 3 years to jump out of a cage. Great. Then a few years later, oh my gosh, you're flying, but now you're at a cliff. And are you ready to take that jump off the cliff to the unknown? And that took me a very long time. And that's the analogy the person used on my growth, on my breaking off the chains and the limited beliefs and the fear I had. So that was my journey. It's been long for those of you who know me. And I'm not embarrassed of it. And the reason I share it is because so many people get frustrated on where they are in life. I'm not moving fast enough. I get that. I used to feel the same way. I'm not moving fast enough. How much work do I need to do to get where I'm supposed to go? Well, where you are is perfect and evolving. Your higher self is giving you those little crumbs to move you to the next level, to move you to the next level. And, when I say, gosh, this is so hard, they always come back and say, why would you even expect this to be easy? You've lived in thousands of years in darkness on the planet. This earth is moving from the darkest of the dark into a lighter, higher frequency. It is not something that happens every day. It is a very exciting time to be on earth, uncomfortable, but exciting. We all knew this possibility was here with us when we were born. If you were born before 2012, and I'm assuming most of the people watching are, then you came in knowing that there was a possibility that humanity would not make it or it would make it. And we're making it. So we've hit these big milestones. So we have a 24th chromosome, and our 24th chromosome holds the information and our abilities that we need to move through this process. And they will open up at the time when you're ready to open up. There's no forcing it. I have so many people that come and I want my third eye open. I want this open. Until we master the 3D world, you're not going to have your third eye open. And why would you want it open? Because you might not be ready. And it's almost like having too much come in that you're not going to really enjoy life. You're going to be like, it's hard. So your higher self is slowly shifting you at a level you can handle. Your 3D body is a customizing, acclimatizing, changing to the new higher vibration. We are very dense 3D. We live in a very dense world. So as we start to anchor in more life, give your body give it a break to adjust. So you might notice that you're more tired, you're dizzy, you're this, you're that, that's just your body changing and moving to allow more light in it. It's another analogy that's popping in is like I'm being shown a flower. So a flower that was in a mud pile. So it's growing in mud. And what it looks like is like they're taking out this flower and putting it into a nicer environment. And as that flower is growing in the nicer environment, it needs to adjust to this environment. It's different. So if it's only ever known mud in a not such a nice environment, and it's being just plucked and putting into, it's like, oh, it's almost like it's too much. So it's almost like you want to take out some of the mud and put in better soil and move this flower gently over than going pluck to pluck. Or another one that might be easier to understand is there is like packed sand. And when sand is packed very tightly, there's no light in it. And that's what we were like living on in Earth for thousands of years. What's been happening with this ascension process is the grains of sand are slowly loosening up. And with that loosening up, light can come through and it allows for movement. So a lot of us are like moving around, stepping into our new world very, very gradually, because the process is slow, but it needs to be slow because you can't go from a very dark room to bright light, because we can't handle it. We as humans can't handle it. And I never really understood that. I remember someone once told me a long time ago that if all of a sudden all this light came into you, you would burn up and go to heaven. And that's not the purpose of the ascension process. The process is to allow the denseness of our being and anchor in light gradually so we can hold more light. We become actually more translucent as we do this. So you're almost like when you're in that, do you ever look in the mirror and when you're in that elated state, that excited state where you feel you almost look lighter? Like it's like you're glowing. You don't get that feeling like you're glowing. But if something bad's happening in your life and your energy's low, you look in the mirror and you can look older and heavier. And then other people might say that too. Oh my gosh, she looks so light. It's you're allowing that light in and it's like glowing through. So we become a little more translucent, less dense. But it's just a step-by-step process. So you're just going to love yourself as you go through it. There are some major keys in getting through this. One is forgiving yourself and forgiving others. Not the easiest thing to do. But if you hold anyone or anything in darkness, you're holding yourself in darkness. And everything in this world is of God. Even the ickiest place on earth that you can think of, it's just forgotten or it's removed itself or separated itself from the one, the whole God, but it's still part of the creation of God. So you don't want to leave anything out of what we believe is like the divine, the creation, that's everything. Because if you leave one person out and that person who gets under your skin, who pisses you off, who hurt you or hurt your child or hurt this, that person is still of the one. You don't have to like their behavior. You don't have to spend time with that person. But if you just realize that person is a part of God and they're going through their own transformation, they might not even go through it this lifetime. They're so separated, they've lost their way. Holding them in the light, saying, you are of the one, and I send you unconditional love. And that's something that humanity has a hard time doing. You're actually helping the darkness around them dissolve by holding them in the light. I don't believe I've ever felt unconditional love until I met my partner of today. Now, not to say my parents didn't love me, not to say other people haven't loved me, but human love is like an emotional love. You do as I want and I really like you and I love you. But once you don't do something, they don't like you anymore, or they want to cause you pain. So humanity bases love on emotions. Unconditional love, that love of God, is pure love where it just resonates no matter what you've done, who you are, where you've been. It's just that unconditional love that is hard to explain, but almost like the motherly love of a mom times 700. Because when we ask for, for love, for help from God or angels, they come in with such pure love, unconditional love with no judgment on anything you've done. So everyone can be forgiven. So if you're mad at yourself for something you've done, you have regrets, you're embarrassed, you're ashamed, just let it go, because no one's holding you to what you've done except you. So ask for forgiveness. I've done some things and I'm not proud of them, but you're learning and growing. That's what your soul came here to do. This is the duality of the planet. So you want to just let go, and much easier said than done. But we come to a place where, let's say you're at a place where you really are feeling connected and you are creating going forward in a very high vibration where you're no longer fearful of anything. Because when we're fearful, we can be scared, and so we create in fear. We just create more darkness for ourselves. Let's say we let that go. We've done work, we've let go. Now you're creating everything in love and connection. It's all good. But your life has all this stuff still happening. That is the past coming up for healing. So it gets tricky because people get very frustrated, and I'm raising my hand here. So here I am creating in love. I'm no longer fearful. I was not ever a mean person, but I was very mean to myself because I was so fearful. If I don't do what people want, they're not going to like me. They're going to yell at me, whatever it is. So I created in fear. I was fearful. I've let that go. Now I'm not creating in fear. But then there's experiences that are coming up, and I'm like, why are these coming up? And the messages I keep getting is that's just your past coming up for healing. So the challenges we're going through, the experiences we're going through are our biggest teachers. They're what we came to learn. So what I've come to learn is not the same as what you've come to learn. We're all unique individuals. So look at your biggest challenges, your biggest teachers, meaning the people who piss you off the most in your life, and in a way, be thankful for them because they're there to teach you what you came here to learn. So if you look at it from a different perspective, you might actually one day look at your ex or look at someone who hurt you and say, wow, I thank you because you're one of my biggest teachers I've ever had, because the way you treated me showed me that I had no self-love, and now I'm working on that and things are shifting. So thank you for bringing that to my attention. And yeah, that might be asking a lot for some. So I'm not saying it comes right away, but it's part of that healing. So try your best to ride the wave as things come at you. Look at it and say, what can I learn from this experience? There are some days where I don't want to come out of my closet. I'd like to hide there. I mean, luckily the last little bit I've been feeling really good, but I've had those days where I just want to hide from the world. And I like, I've had enough. This is too hard. Why am I going through this? Poor me, the victim, this and that. And then you kind of come out of it and like, oh my gosh, I got through that one. Great. And you become lighter. That dense energy is gone. More light comes in. It's gradual. It's gradual. It's gradual. So just keep working on yourself. Never give up on you, and always do what feels right to you. There's always going to be people telling you what to do, how to do it. That's their experience. That's what they're telling you to do. But always go within and say, is that right for me? Because it might not be right for you. So, let's say there's a really great book that you love and you want to tell the world about this great book. Like right now, the Paul Selig books are my thing. I'm on book 10. I'm on reading it for the 7th time. I get excited every time I read it because it's so different every time. I'm just so into his books. But I have 50 other books I've read that during those times, I love those books. But if I told people, you got to read this book, The Power of Now from Eckhart Tolle, you got to read this book, you got to read that book, people might just look at me and say, no, I don't feel it. And that's okay, because that's just not the book for them. But they might go, hey, Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, that's my favorite book, or this book or that book. And I always like when someone tells me something or suggests something, I will think about that and say, is this book the best for me at this time? I might get a yes, I might get a no, because we're all in different places, and that's okay. So just go within, and the answers are always there. Whatever I say, don't take it for that's what it is. You put it through your system. What is right for me? What is my truth? All I want people to do is be empowered to know that never give away your power to a practitioner, a best friend, a spouse, because you are the powerful person. You hold your happiness, you hold your light. So that's what I want you to find your power. Took me a while to find mine, but now nobody can tell me what to do anymore. I used to put so much faith in other people and listen to them and think what they had to say was right, thinking what I thought was wrong. And I just realized, wow, but that's just part of what I needed to learn, to realize that my truth is my truth. Your truth is your truth. So let's put in a special attention for our healing today, that we are strong enough to know our truth, that we really know it. And if we don't know it, may our guides, our higher self, tell us in a different way so we really get what it is. I know a lot of us are looking for answers. What am I supposed to do? Why am I here? The answers will come when you're ready to know. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful process. And I know we want to rush it, but the key is there's no reason to rush it. We have lifetimes to do this. And I know we want to do it in this lifetime and we want to be here, but the present moment is where you are most powerful. So honor yourself, love yourself, forgive yourself, and treat yourself as good as possible. And give yourself that time if you need that time to be alone and meditate or just relax or cry, take it. You know, there's no right or wrong. Just take what you need. Okay, so now we get into the healing part, which is always really nice. The energy's already been flowing. I can feel I'm feeling already dizzy. So if you do get dizzy, it's just the energies are very intense nowadays. They're intense for many different reasons. There's lots of help coming to this planet to help us heal. So one energy session today is like getting three from just a few years ago, and maybe even doubling that from even longer ago. So we're healing so much quicker. And in doing that, we can really feel a little bit oozy during it, a little bit of dizziness, head pressure, nausea, anxiety. That's just that dense energy shaking up and dissolving, transmuting, being let go, and you're being filled with more light. But you're only going to get what you can handle. Your higher self is in charge of your healing. So as this energy comes through, all of our energies kind of come together, and we're going to send it out to ourselves, our families, our homes, our pets, and humanity. The key here is we can easily send. Sending is beautiful, and all of us can send. The hardest part is now receiving it back. When we bless things, we are blessed back tenfold. So what you want to do is put yourself in a receiving mode as this energy is going to come back to you. And how do you do that? Just simply say, I'm ready to receive. I deserve to receive. And whatever my higher self thinks I need today, then allow it. Because I know with my little mind that I don't understand what I need. I might need it physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I may need it all. So I just put it in the hands. I trust and I surrender to the process. So you can just say a little prayer to whoever you believe in. It can be God, the angels, the light, the universe. It doesn't matter. It's all this infinite intelligence that's coming from the same loving place. And it hears everyone. So you make that connection, you ask and just allow and receive. Now, when we go into this, you might feel sleepy, you might feel anxious. Everyone has their own experience. Your experience is perfect for you. You are getting exactly what you need. So just be with it. Some people will feel things, see things, other people will not. There's no right or wrong. You are still being worked on. It's just sometimes our sensitivity of what's happening isn't there. And that's okay. Because back in the day, I did not feel anything. And I remember Dr. Beatty saying, Brenda, magic is happening in the quantum field. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I trusted her. She was right. But it's just, you don't have to fully understand it. Just be. If you're thirsty during the session, drink. I'm going to drink before, I drink sometimes I drink after. Toxins in our body that need to be released will flush out with the water. Also, the energy that is going to infuse us uses water as a conductor, so it evaporates. So that's why we get very thirsty during energy sessions. So I'm going to play the music very, very low because I'm not sure, it kind of goes in and out. I'm trying to get a balance where the music's just playing low, you hear my voice, you're just going into a place of rest and relaxation, and allow this beautiful light to do what's meant for you. Does anyone have any questions before we start? If you do, you can either say it out loud, put it in the chat. I'm just going to drink some water and then we'll begin. Okay, thank you for being patient with that. I was very thirsty. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know what? We are all precious. Thank you so much, Denise. I love doing these calls because I just feel all the love. And, sometimes my days are busy and sometimes they're And then 9 o'clock comes so quick, but I just love being here because the love is just magnified. So as we're here, I thank all of you for being a part of this, because it is anyone who's on the call, anyone who watches the call in the future, we're all adding to this beautiful light on this planet. And there's shift coming, and in 2024 it is going to be lighter. I know I've been saying that in 2020, saying, oh, a few more months and then a few more months and this, and then we're still in it, right? And so we are going to be in it, but we are going to feel like there's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and now we're getting to a lighter energy. Spring's coming for parts of us that are in spring. I know there's parts of the world that aren't, they're going into the fall, but for us, spring's coming, and just that excitement and that hearing the birds just gives us a new vitality. All right, everyone, I can talk all day, so I'm going to be quiet now. Music is coming on. I'm going to put it low in just a second. And I'm wondering, usually I share it. I'm going to share the music again. And just bear with me as we get this. Dr. John Ryan, I join his calls, and he's such a pro at getting the music. I will one day learn from him. I think he has got a tech person working with him. His music is always so balanced perfectly with his voice. And he doesn't seem to go through the same levels of confusion with me when I'm trying to do this. So if someone can just let me know if the music is too loud, I want you to hear my voice as we go through this meditation. And I'll just keep talking so you can tell. If the music is too loud, just let me know and I will lower it down. I don't want you to struggle to hear my voice. I've heard the last replay and I can see what people are saying. It kind of goes in and out. I don't know if I can stop that. Okay, so I'm going to lower it down. No one's saying anything.
I think it's perfect.
Oh, is it perfect? Okay, I just lowered it down. So,
Up to you, sweetie.
okay,
Thank you.
does it still feel okay? Can you still hear the music?
Yes.
Yes, okay. All right. Then we'll just leave it like this and we'll just go with it. All right. Now, if you can't hear my voice during this, don't worry about it, because the energy is working on you regardless if you're hearing my voice or not. The reason I've been talking through these more, there are some people who feel uncomfortable as they're going through this healing process. They might feel some sensations, and they say when they hear the talking, it calms them down. So that's the only reason I am talking, for those people who don't like it, doing this journey on their own. All right. So just be with it, allow it, and here we go. All right, everyone. The energy is already working on you. So even though I'm talking, we haven't wasted any time. We have these beautiful beings of light that love each and every one of us. The beauty of this is these infinite beings know exactly what you need today. And your higher self is always in control of your healing. We are all in our own octahedrons of love. And as any dense energy is released, it's leaving the earth plane. So it's leaving our houses, it's leaving us completely, and it's being taken care of exactly the way it should. So I always just say the very best for everyone involved, including this dark energy. I don't know what its next path is. I just know that we would like it removed from us. Here we go. And it's being done with such love. I just want you to allow a very loving breath. Just breathe in any way you're comfortable. And when you're breathing in, you want your belly to expand. And then I want you to breathe out. And as you're breathing out, you're letting go any stress, anxiety, worries, sadness, whatever it is, that heavy, dense energy you don't need anymore. And you're going to allow another beautiful breath. You can go as slow as you want. You just want to take a deep breath at your own pace. And you may want to pause and then let it all out. And as we continue this meditation, this healing, You just breathe at a pace. Take deep breaths. You want to allow those deep breaths. A lot of us only shallow breathe during the day. Some of us hold our breaths during the day. We really want to take those loving deep breaths. And if there's anywhere in your body that's holding tension, and a lot of us hold it in our solar plexus and our tummies, and some of us hold it in our necks. Just want to move your body to release that stuck energy. And you want to breathe in and direct that loving breath to that area where you feel. You may want to wiggle your toes, move your knees around as you're getting comfortable. At any time, if you have an uncomfortable feeling, just kind of shake it through. There's no right or wrong. You don't have to be still during this. Sometimes during these meditations, I want to get up and walk because there's so much energy. And that's why I move my arms. I don't have to. But the movement of my arms helps that energy flow. It's very hard to sit down and do this sometimes. So we're just allowing us to be totally beautiful white light. And some of us might see it as purple or blue. And as we have this beautiful light around us, anything that needs to be done for us at this time is going to be taken care of with love, understanding, really done with perfect perfection. Because these beings of light are working with your higher self that knows you best. And during this, if you have any emotions that bubble up, that's just stuck energy. It's things that need to leave. Allow the tears to come up. It's all okay. Just let them flow, let them release. If there's any anxiety or you have sighing or yawning, that's fine as well. So whatever is being released is being replaced with love and light. A beautiful, intelligent energy that is going to talk to every cell of your body to give it what it needs. Every cell of our body is with us because it wants to be. And when we start to show the love to our bodies, talk to our bodies, say how much we love them, these cells get excited and they want to be the best version of themselves for you. So we can have spontaneous healings, clearer thoughts. We're asking for negative thoughts to be removed and replaced with positive thoughts like I am beautiful, I am deserving, I am magnificent, I am a creator, I am so connected to who I am that I can do anything with this love of God behind me. You're taking a deep breath and anchoring that into your heart. I am deserving of this healing. You're going to breathe that in and anchor that into your heart because you truly deserve this. We all do. And if there are anything that comes up, a negative thought, an old experience, just imagine a bubble of white light surrounding it and just pulling it out of your field, just leaving white light behind, positivity, feelings of love. And as we continue to get our own personal healings, we are now going to come together and send this beautiful energy to our home, to our family and friends and our pets, to every inch of our home. Anytime that we have an argument or sadness in the home, it leaves an energy residue. And we're asking these beautiful beings of light facilitate whatever is necessary to release any negative dense energies in our home and replace it with the love of God. And what we will notice is our houses are starting to feel lighter. There's a cleansing of our walls, of our ceilings, of our furniture, of our floors, of every part of our home is being cleared out. We have this beautiful master light weaving through our homes, bringing a peace that we haven't felt in a while. This peace is just filtering through. It's touching everyone in the home. Of course, we can never force a healing on someone. We can only make this energy available. So at this time, if you have anyone you're worried about, anyone you're concerned about, send a special intention to that person and say, I'm asking this energy to just be available to so and so. You don't have to say why. This energy knows why. This love and light is intelligent. Their higher selves will be working with this light, and it's all up to them. We cannot force it, but it is being made available at this time. You may have a special request for yourself because you know what you don't have to keep saying it. They know. Just say, I'm here and I'm ready and I surrender to this healing. And as this healing is taking place, this energy is so beautiful, it's so powerful. There's a positive shift happening. There's healing happening. There's emotional calmness happening. There's clarity. And there's beautiful peace coming over you. Like you know it's all going to be okay. And as we continue, the healings on you, your family, your friends, your pets, your home continues. We are going to send out this energy to all of planet Earth. You can almost imagine this beautiful wave of light hitting your home, into our surrounding areas, and just flowing beautiful earth. It's expanding, moving. It's almost like it's so powerful. So quick, actually. Mother Earth is now already white. It is flowing into the oceans and the forests, land, mountains, and the city. It is moving through the darkest places on this planet. Every inch of Mother Earth and we are being covered at this time. This light is powerful at this time. Once that light is shining, it just dissolves darkness, dissolves fear, dissolves wrath, dissolves worry, dissolves anxiety, dissolves sadness, filling the hearts of those who need it the most. The beauty of this is even after this meditation is over, this light continues to shine, continues to burn long after we close this meditation. Sometimes we feel we don't have any say, we can't do anything to help people help us. We never feel helpless. a powerful being of light. Just align with peace. This feeling you have right now is an alignment to the energy of peace. It is sending out this intention for peace on earth. When we hold it, the energy is very powerful. Waves of light are being sent out from our hearts. They're weaving through Mother Earth, powerful, magnificent. It's affecting so many people on this earth that would never know how and why and what they needed, and we don't have to. We just need to know, just believe that this energy is healing wherever it needs to heal. It's helping wherever it needs to help. And it's holding light for those who just don't understand why. We're like a lighthouse, just holding the light for those who just don't understand how to get out of the darkness and to slowly dissolve the darkness around them, so they can feel that magnificence of their heart flowing through of love. They too are magnificent, and they too matter and are important. If you can't keep your business, breathe through it. Once we're done, you'll come back to feeling great. It's part of the healing as you're letting go of anything that no longer serves you. It's being replaced with love and light, increasing your frequency and your connection, balancing your energy fields, clearing your auric field and your biofield, and chakras being rebalanced. We don't have to understand it, we're just allowing. We're being thankful and appreciating this beautiful healing today.
Honey.
might be feeling a lump in your throat that's trying to clear. Just clear your throat, allow it to come up. You might be burping, and that's completely okay. Releasing that stuck energy, letting it go, transmuting it into light. Feeling head pressure, that's all right. That will be released soon. Just let that go. Your love, you're magnificent. You're healing at levels you do not understand. Just allow it. Allow this process. Am I feeling waves of energy coming through? We're asking to release any post-traumatic stress anyone here may have experienced or has. We're just releasing that. Replacing it with calmness, reconnection, and clarity. Dissolving any fear and anxieties are just melting away and being replaced with the calmness and reconnection. I want you to anchor this feeling of peacefulness into every cell of your body. If you're feeling a peacefulness come over you now and you want to anchor that, saying, oh, this feels so good, I want to stay in this forever, you can tap a part of your body to remember this feeling, tap it in. It might be just tapping your sore spot, your K2s. I'm at peace. I feel connected. I am loved. I am deserving. We're tapping that into every cell of your body that remembers this feeling of connection. We're going to start sealing this energy. We're asking Mother Earth to allow her beautiful energy to come up through our feet, grounding us back to Earth, allowing her energy to flow any way it wishes. We have this beautiful energy from the stars in the heavens. Each and every one of us are being placed in a liquid love bubble. It's protective, it is safe, it is loving, where you feel so much power, connection, and clarity and security. As these bubbles of love are being created, they will stay with you. connection of peace and clarity. No matter where you are in your day, you always have access to this love, always with you. Just a matter of asking. Now allowing a deep breath, we're anchoring in this. We know, trust, and believe this love and light that has been sent Earth through planet Earth and beyond will continue to send its healing light and hold a healing light for anyone, anything that needs it. We're all in this together. As a human collective, as individuals. We thank Mother Earth for bringing us along on this beautiful journey of healing. Taking another deep breath to anchor this powerful healing light. Giving thanks to the beings of light tonight that came here and will stay with us as needed. Set a special intention that we may sleep with ease. Any work that needs to be done next night is done while we rest peacefully. At this point, you may pause and recognize your higher self, giving them thanks for helping you today, healing you today in ways you may not understand. I thank everyone on the call for being here and anyone who participated for being a part of this. This quantum healing knows no time or distance. All happening now. At this time, you may want to come back to this meditation. And if you do wish to come back, you can wiggle your toes and your fingers and stretch away the neck of your body. But for those who just want to stay in the energy, and allow the music to play for 2 more minutes before I play the music. Wake up and relax and go to sleep. Remembering you are powerful, you are loved. And where you are is perfectly fine. Okay, so for those of you who are still on the call, you can stay in meditation. I'm going to start to use the singing bowl. And what this does, it just kind of helps process any last minute lingering energies to bring you back kind of more grounded. If you're feeling dizzy, it may help get rid of that. Some of us love the bowl, some of us don't. So if you don't want to be part of the bowl, you can just slowly just hang up and go to sleep. Otherwise, I'm going to just turn down the volume a bit so it's not so strong. It may not sound perfect coming through, but the intention works completely the same. So just breathing through. There we go. All right, everyone. Whew. Hopefully, we're all feeling back. I was a bit dizzy with that one. I'm feeling better. Whew, that was lovely. So, thank you everyone for joining. Drink lots of water, the usual. If you have any questions, you can send me an email or a text. Sometimes I answer tonight, sometimes I'll answer in the morning. There's no right or wrong on how you're feeling. Some of us sleep beautifully after this. Some of us burp all night. Some of us feel a little more agitated. It's just you kind of get used to how your body reacts after a healing, before a healing, and then a few days after a healing. That's just kind of how you heal. We're all very unique on what we go through. So drink lots of water, and you like the singing bowl. A lot of people love the singing bowl, but I do get a lot of people saying they can't stand it. It's just too much energy. It's pretty intense, actually. All right, everyone, sleep well. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. Other than that, I think we're good. And I think the next one's going to be Tuesday, April 18th at 9 p.m. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you then. The replay will be up probably by tomorrow morning at some point. I'm not going to do any edits. I'll just throw it up. It's a lot quicker that way. And we're good. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful Easter weekend if you celebrate, and enjoy the weather. I think we're going to get some sunshine and warmer temperatures. So enjoy, and have a lovely long weekend, and we'll see you again soon. All right, everyone.
Happy
Thank you so
Easter.
much. Yeah, happy Easter, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, good night, everyone.
Right.